A very good day to our beloved lecturer, Dr. Awis. We are from Group 5 and today we will present the topic about types of plagiarism. But first of all, let me introduce our group members, which are myself, Rico Solupin, Harit Parizi, and Muhammad Ali Farhan. So, I will proceed to my point. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is defined as the act of dishonesty of oneself in pretending to own someone else's hard work. In short, they are just basically copying the exact author's ideas, writing, and words, and then they put it in their own works without giving any reference or attribution or creditation to the original owner. The first type of plagiarism is accidental plagiarism. This is a common mistake done among students, whether it is unintentional or intentional. Example is the failure of citing a source that is not common knowledge and the failure of paraphrasing in your own words even if it is cited in the writing. Okay, next type of plagiarism is the direct plagiarism. This is the act of copying the exact text or word-for-word transcription without the use of quotation marks and attribution. Here is the example source text and its draft. Even though the writer added some sentences from the original, he or she still uses another person's ideas and words and make it their own. So basically, this is still considered plagiarism. So we will proceed to the next types of plagiarism and will be presented by Harit Parizi.
Okay, thank you to my partner Rico just now. So now I will explain another three types of plagiarism, which is global plagiarism, paraphrasing plagiarism, and mosaic plagiarism. Global plagiarism is the most severe form of plagiarism where researchers take manuscript or study that someone else create and submit it under her or his name or get someone else to do their assignments. It involves deliberately and directly about authorship of a work. It is more or less to intellectual theft and stealing. Next is the paraphrasing plagiarism, which is the most plagiarism that we can find. It involves the use of someone else's writing with some minor changes and using it at one's own. Even if the words differ, the original idea remains the same, and plagiarism occurs. Students often do this plagiarism because they do not have a clear understanding of what constitutes plagiarism. And the last one for me is the mosaic plagiarism. Mosaic plagiarism is maybe more difficult to detect because it interlaces someone's phrases or text within its own research. For example, it involves copying phrases, passages, and ideas from different sources and put them together to create a new text. This includes rephrasing passages while keeping many of the same words and structure as the original. It is also known as patchwork plagiarism and is intentional and dishonest. So that's all from me. I will hand it over to my next partner.
Alright, thank you Harit for your amazing points and explanations. Right now, it is my turn to implement my points. But first, I would like to introduce myself. Hello and Assalamualaikum to our beloved English educator, Dr. Awis Sumaisha. My name is Muhammad Ali Farhan, and for my part, I will be talking about another two types of plagiarism. The first one is auto-plagiarism, and the second one is inaccurate authorship. Firstly is auto-plagiarism. Auto-plagiarism, also known as self-plagiarism, happens when an author reuses significant portions of his or her previously published work without an attribution. In simpler words, the author plagiarized their own work. Though, realizing that reusing our own work does not look like a wrongdoing, right? No, it is still wrong. This is because plagiarism is about passing someone else's work as your own. Even if it is your own work, it is still plagiarism. But auto-plagiarism can only be happen when one's work have already been published. If not, it is not a plagiarism. You can use your own work for your further work. Alright, next is inaccurate authorship. Inaccurate authorship can happen in two ways. The first one is when an individual contributes to a manuscript but does not get the credit for it. The second one is when an individual gets credit but does not contribute to the work. This plagiarism, whichever way it occurs, it is a violation to the code of conduct in research. Now, I would like to explain the effect of plagiarism. The firstly is plagiarism can get you expelled from your university or college. The second one is plagiarism can result in your work being destroyed. And the third one is plagiarism can result in legal action, fines or penalties. So there are ways to avoid plagiarism. Here I would like to suggest two ways to avoid plagiarism. The first one is paraphrase. Paraphrase is when you change some of the words in your work to its synonym. The second one is cite. Cite is also the best way to avoid plagiarism. In conclusion, avoiding plagiarism is important, and therefore, the punishment for someone who gets caught for plagiarizing could be severe. Hence, it is very vital for the student to understand what is the meaning of plagiarism and the consequences of plagiarizing, which was the main aim for this short video. That's all from us. Selamat Hari Raya, maaf zahir batin. Stay safe wherever you are, Dr. Awis. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.